Harrison Ford has spent decades playing some of the most iconic characters in Hollywood history, from daring archaeologists to rebellious pilots, and yet, despite a lifetime in the spotlight, he has remained remarkably private about his personal and professional relationships. Recently, at 83, he finally spoke openly about one of his most intriguing co-stars, Helen Mirren. Their on-screen chemistry was legendary, their interactions full of subtle tension, mutual respect, and undeniable magnetism. But fans have long speculated about what went on behind the scenes. For years, stories circulated, some flattering, some mysterious about their dynamic during filming. Industry insiders hinted at late-night debates over scenes, intense creative discussions, and moments of playful rivalry. Yet, until now, Harrison Ford had largely kept these accounts private, leaving audiences to interpret the nature of their connection from the screen alone. When he finally chose to speak, it wasn't a casual anecdote or a fleeting remark in an interview. It was a candid, reflective confession, a glimpse into the real relationship between two of Hollywood's most respected actors. Ford revealed not only admiration for Mirren's talent, but also the challenges and surprises of working with someone whose intensity and professionalism matched his own. This documentary dives deep into what Harrison Ford has revealed about Helen Mirren, exploring the truth behind decades of speculation, the respect and rivalry that defined their collaborations, and the moments that made their partnership unforgettable. It's a story of two legends, finally told through the eyes of one of Hollywood's most iconic figures. Harrison Ford's career spans decades, filled with unforgettable roles and cinematic milestones, yet even he has described certain professional encounters as unforgettable for reasons beyond the scripts. One of the most intriguing of these occurred when he first worked alongside Helen Mirren, an actress whose reputation for talent, precision, and intensity precedes her. Their initial meeting was not marked by fanfare or public attention, but by a quiet acknowledgement of mutual respect, a recognition that each was entering a collaboration with an equally formidable creative presence. On set, the dynamic between Ford and Mirren was immediately noticeable to crew members and fellow actors. Unlike many pairings where one actor's star power dominates, these two operated on a plane of equality, both demanding focus, preparation, and integrity in their craft. Observers later described the energy on set as electric, with subtle tension blending seamlessly with moments of shared humor. The balance of admiration and competition created an environment where every scene felt heightened, every interaction deliberate, and every reaction meaningful. What made their working relationship unique was Ford's acknowledgement of Mirren's professionalism. While he has played countless characters who navigate danger, heroism, and dramatic stakes, he admits that navigating a scene with someone of Mirren's caliber required its own form of skill. It was a test of adaptability, patience, and creativity. Mirren, by contrast, reportedly thrived on the challenge of working with someone as naturally commanding and self-assured as Ford, pushing the boundaries of performance in ways few co-stars could match. Over time, the media often highlighted the contrast in their public personas. Ford is famously understated and private, whereas Mirren is articulate, bold, and unafraid to embrace the spotlight. Yet this difference, instead of creating friction, contributed to the magnetic pull on screen. Their conversations, both scripted and improvised, revealed a shared understanding of timing, emotion, and nuance, a language that transcended words. Behind the cameras, however, the collaboration was not without its challenges. Intense focus sometimes led to disagreements over interpretation, pacing, or delivery. Crew members recall moments of debate that were passionate but never destructive, reflecting a shared commitment to achieving the best possible outcome. These conflicts were not fueled by ego alone. They were rooted in mutual respect and a dedication to craft. Harrison Ford has admitted that working with Helen Mirren was both exhilarating and humbling. For someone accustomed to commanding the set, this experience demanded humility and openness, qualities that often go unrecognized in discussions of on-screen chemistry. Similarly, Mirren recognized that Ford's natural presence required careful consideration in order to maintain balance within scenes, ensuring that each moment retained authenticity. For the audience, the results were seamless. The natural tension, unspoken understanding, and subtle interplay created performances that felt effortless. even though they were the product of deliberate effort, adjustment, and mutual insight. The chemistry they projected was real, but the depth behind it remained largely unseen. Until now, when Ford chose to speak openly. This collaboration, reflective of two masters at the height of their careers, became a defining moment in both of their professional journeys. Ford's revelations shed light not only on the challenges and triumphs of working with a peer of Mirren's stature, but also on the level of artistry, discipline, and insight required to create truly memorable cinematic moments. Working with Helen Mirren was, by Harrison Ford's own account, unlike any collaboration he had experienced before. On set, the subtle rivalry between them was noticeable, not in hostility, but in the form of a professional challenge that demanded the very best from both actors. Every scene became a negotiation of presence, emotion, and timing, with each performer carefully attuned to the other's energy. This dynamic created tension, but it was productive tension. Ford has described it as a rare combination of inspiration and accountability. Mirren's precision pushed him to elevate his performance, while Ford's natural command required her to maintain focus and intention in every line. Crew members recalled long takes where both would quietly perfect gestures, expressions, and reactions, striving for a balance that would resonate on camera. Their silent understanding became the foundation for scenes that felt effortless to audiences but were, in reality, the product of meticulous collaboration off camera. Their relationship was equally fascinating. Unlike typical celebrity interactions marked by flattery or ego, Ford and Mirren shared candid conversations about the work itself. They discussed character motivation, scene pacing, and narrative impact, often debating approaches with intensity, but always with respect. Ford admits that these exchanges, while occasionally challenging, were formative for his understanding of acting dynamics. Mirren, known for her keen observational skills, valued Ford's honesty and intuition, and the combination forged a professional rapport few on set had witnessed before. The public rarely saw this side of their collaboration. Interviews and promotional appearances highlighted chemistry and professionalism, but the nuances of their working relationship were hidden behind closed doors. Ford has now confirmed that their partnership involved not only mutual admiration, but also moments of tension that tested patience, creativity, and adaptability. Those moments, he explained, were necessary to achieve authenticity on screen. For viewers, the results were magnetic. Scenes between Ford and Mirren carried a subtle push and pull, an intensity that suggested both connection and contrast. The audience interpreted this as effortless artistry, never realizing the careful negotiation and dedication that lay beneath each take. Their performances remain studied, examples of how co-stars can elevate each other without diminishing individuality. The challenges of working together also reinforce lessons about collaboration. Ford has emphasized that the experience taught him humility and patience, two qualities essential for navigating high-stakes productions. Mirren, in turn, has been reported to appreciate the opportunity to collaborate with someone who combined natural presence with disciplined technique. Together, they created moments that were dramatic, compelling, and undeniably memorable. This blend of subtle rivalry, mutual respect, and professional dedication highlights a larger truth about Hollywood collaborations. The best on-screen partnerships often involve both challenge and support. Talent alone does not create chemistry. It requires dialogue, negotiation, and a willingness to meet another artist on equal terms. For Harrison Ford, working with Helen Mirren was transformative. It reminded him that even decades into a celebrated career, there is always room to grow, adapt, and be challenged. Mirren's influence was not just in her performance, but in the way she demanded thoughtfulness, precision, and presence from those around her. Ultimately, their collaboration stands as a testament to the power of two exceptional artists meeting on equal footing. It is a reminder that true cinematic magic often stems from the unseen layers of effort, respect, and subtle competition that define the moments audiences admire, even if they never realize it. Beyond the camera, Harrison Ford's reflections reveal a side of working with Helen Mirren that audiences rarely see. While their on-screen collaboration showcased mastery of craft, off-screen moments demonstrated the mutual respect, careful negotiation, and even humor that defined their interactions. Ford describes these interactions as learning experiences, moments that shaped not only the performances but his perspective on collaboration itself. Unlike many co-stars who operate in isolation, Mirren approached partnerships with attentiveness. She observed, adjusted, and responded in ways that elevated Thomas. Ford noted that this attentiveness required him to stay present at all times, maintaining focus and energy even in moments that might otherwise have felt routine. Their professionalism created a rhythm subtle, deliberate, and efficient that maximized the effectiveness of every take. The dynamic wasn't always easy. Both actors possessed strong opinions and deep experience, which occasionally led to differing interpretations of scenes. Yet these moments were never personal. They were intellectual and artistic negotiations. Ford has said that he came to appreciate these exchanges as vital to authenticity. Mirren's insistence on precision forced him to examine performance choices he might otherwise have overlooked, refining nuance and depth. Off-screen discussions sometimes extended late into the evenings. They debated motivations, phrasing, and emotional undertones with meticulous care. Crew members described the atmosphere as intense but focused, a rare blend of seriousness and playfulness. Humor often punctuated the tension, reflecting a human side that balanced professionalism with approachability. These interactions were not just about achieving the perfect scene. They were about mutual growth and respect. Ford's reflections also reveal how much Mirren's presence shaped his own approach to acting. Even for someone of his experience, working alongside a peer of equal stature offered challenges that tested patience, adaptability, and resilience. Mirren's confidence and precision demanded that he meet her energy, creating a dynamic that kept both actors fully engaged and responsive. Their collaboration highlights a broader lesson about artistic partnerships. True chemistry does not emerge from effortless charm alone. It emerges from challenge, trust, and mutual accountability. By respecting each other's expertise while pushing boundaries, they achieved moments of realism and emotional depth that audiences often take for granted. Even years later, Ford recalls certain scenes with admiration for Mirren's ability to elevate performance. He acknowledges that without her influence, some sequences may not have resonated as strongly with viewers. The respect he holds is not merely professional, but deeply personal. An acknowledgement of the rare opportunity to collaborate with a peer whose talent is matched by integrity, intelligence, and dedication. For fans and aspiring actors alike, their story is instructive. It demonstrates that excellence is often born not from comfort, but from challenge. That collaboration requires humility, and that even the most seasoned performers can grow when pushed by equals. In essence, the lessons learned from working with Helen Mirren extend beyond the set. They illuminate the principles of craft, respect, and perseverance that define a lasting career in Hollywood. This off-screen dimension adds richness to what audiences already admire. While their performances captivated millions, the discipline, focus, and subtle negotiations behind the scenes reveal why those moments endure. Harrison Ford's honesty about this partnership offers insight into the hidden labor, dedication, and mutual respect that underpin true cinematic artistry. Harrison Ford's recent reflections on Helen Mirren offer more than behind-the-scenes anecdotes. They provide insight into the enduring influence of collaboration between two Hollywood legends. Over the years, their partnership has become a case study in how professional respect, subtle competition, and shared commitment can create performances that resonate far beyond the screen. Ford emphasizes that working with Mirren shaped his approach not only to acting, but to professional relationships as a whole. Their collaboration demonstrated that excellence is rarely solitary. Each scene, each gesture, and each line depended on attentive observation, adaptability, and trust. Mirren's dedication demanded Ford's full engagement, reinforcing a principle he has carried into every project since. Mutual respect is essential for artistic success. Beyond the technical aspects, there was also an emotional component to their interaction. Ford notes that Mirren's intensity inspired him to elevate his own emotional investment. The quiet, unspoken understanding they developed allowed both actors to convey layers of tension, empathy, and complexity that audiences instinctively felt. These moments were subtle, often unnoticed by casual viewers, but they were critical to the authenticity of their work. Their relationship also sheds light on the balance between personality and professionalism. Ford, known for his understated presence, found a counterbalance in Mirren's boldness and assertiveness. Together, they demonstrated that collaboration thrives when differences are acknowledged, respected, and harnessed to enhance performance. This dynamic, once invisible to the public, is now part of Ford's candid reflections, revealing a side of Hollywood rarely discussed outside of insider circles. Ford's willingness to speak openly at 83 underscores the importance of perspective gained through experience. Time has allowed him to appreciate not only the artistry Mirren brought to each project, but also the lessons their partnership offered about patience, humility, and the quiet rigor behind every successful performance. For audiences and aspiring actors, this is a reminder that mastery is often cultivated in the unseen hours, in the deliberate choices, and in the partnerships that challenge us to rise to our best. Their collaboration also stands as a testament to the value of mentorship and peer influence. While neither needed validation from the other, their interactions pushed both to reach higher standards. Ford's admiration for Mirren reflects more than professional respect. It acknowledges the rare opportunity to engage with a peer who demands excellence while fostering growth, a combination that leaves a lasting impact as the public reflects on their careers. The story of Ford and Mirren adds depth to the understanding of Hollywood partnerships. It illustrates that great performances are often the product of synergy, not solo effort, that what appears effortless is frequently the result of negotiation, adaptation, and shared commitment. The legacy of their collaboration endures not just in the films themselves, but in the lessons it offers about the artistry, discipline, and mutual respect required to achieve greatness. Ultimately, Harrison Ford's revelation about Helen Mirren is more than a personal confession. It is a celebration of professionalism, integrity, and the kind of collaboration that elevates cinema itself. For those who admire their work, it offers a rare glimpse into the dedication behind the performances, highlighting the truth that some of Hollywood's most enduring magic is created not alone, but together.